Hey everybody, welcome to another beautiful evening in the city of Baltimore. This is Tian.
And Tia Yoka.
And we are XTY. You notice how I said another beautiful evening? Because I always say day, but we record at night. So I wanted to, switch it up.
And it just made me laugh because it took me back to our radio days. And every time we would start,
people always gotta reminisce.
I know. I mean, but that's good reminiscing because we have done so much over the years.
We're on episode 24 right now. Like, this has been a good year. This has been a very good year. We had a good year too.
Yeah.
But before we get into this beautiful year and just all of that, remember, follow us on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter. I'm sorry. We now have a Snapchat too. I don't know what happened to that, but now we have a Snapchat. We have Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Make sure y'all follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Come on, y'all. Subscribe to our YouTube page and just love us. Support our events. We got the Biggie Brunch that's coming up in March. That's going to be
March
dope.
the 8th for Biggie and Brunch. We're going to be at the Premier Lounge again.
Yes, the food's going to be good. Shonda Edwards, the sister that brought y'all
strawberry and cranberry mimosas.
But wait a minute. Oh, when did that get added to the menu? I didn't know. But even still, the sister that brought y'all that seafood rice and them shrimp and grits with that crab meat is doing the whole menu, and she cooks like somebody's nana. Y'all need to buy tickets because that food is gonna be it's gonna be a good vibe, good music, Biggie and friends all night. We're gonna have a good time, so I'm really excited about that. You have anything, T?
No, that's about it. Yeah. So I know this kind of gets on a little business tip, a little serious a little bit. That's me. But we do have ad space available for our show, and we are looking for sponsors to sponsor our show. The sponsorship packages basically help us to keep the show free to other entrepreneurs and creators in the DMV. So pay it forward. The subscriptions are very, very low. I think the lowest package was about what? $100?
Yeah, it's like $100.
So
it's worth it.
It's worth it. You'll get an interview. We'll promote you, market you like your brand belongs to us.
T promotes the hell out of anybody's thing.
Exactly.
So listen, call us, inbox, or do whatever.
And our ad space that we do have available is basically would be an ad or a commercial that will go in between the segments of our show. So we will also promote you through our YouTube show and also promote you on our social media websites. And that is just $25.
Cash App it.
Hey.
Cash App, there you go.
Yes, the best investment would be into your brand because that's what the XTY show is all about.
And we have a special guest for this show that I think is going to take us in to
the new year with a
2020 with a bang and help us get in our bodies and our health and our mental wellness in order. Cherie Good is here, y'all. Cherie M. Good is here. She is the recharge specialist. I'm so excited.
Strategist, girl.
She is a specialist because she's going to get XTY right. So she's my specialist. I don't give a damn about no strategy.
She is a specialist.
She is my specialist. She's going to get us in order today. Yeah, she's going to get us in order. So I'm excited. So let's get into the XTY segment for the day. No, it's actually really, really good and it's really positive. Just remember that if you have a question, you could send it to our Gmail and
XTY@gmail.com.
And you can also text 410-999-8937. If you have a question, girl, listen, I had to practice that for days. Send us any of your questions and we will read them live and we will help you. So we are going to try to act like we are specialists, even though we
are. I am a professional, baby. Let me tell you.
And I'm
paid to do this.
And listen, I'm in a positive mind state. Big things are going to happen for 2020. So we're going to get into it. So the first one was just about New Year's resolutions. Because people always set them. This particular person just said that, she was, speaking with her ex about just weight loss and just everything. And they had a problem with the fact that she was waiting until
the new year
January 1st to start. Which is a common thing, because I know me, not me, but I know how, you see, on Facebook and just everything, and everybody's like, 2020, I'm getting rid of friends, I'm getting rid of that, blah, 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 blah. But her goal really is, I'm going to start off fresh and be a new me. What do you think about that? Because her significant other was like, you know, that's kind of like you should
with
start it now.
with her significant other, because I'm not really big on setting New Year's resolutions or whatever the hell you want to call it. I just feel like why am I going to wait to start a new year to start to better myself? So right in that instance, when I'm thinking about what I want to do for myself, I'm automatically putting it into action.
You should start right then and there.
You should start right then and there.
And I kind of said the same thing. I was like, you know, some people need a little bit more time. Some people need a little bit more time. And they feel like, you know, especially if it's a person that likes sugar.
Right.
You know, you got the holidays coming up, especially with New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a lot of liquor
and
involved.
especially like you said, getting through the holidays. So
yeah,
it's like I'm
a lot of liquor involved.
So let me just wait until.
Yeah, so I don't. So that's why I said like I kind of felt the same way, but then I was like, you know what? No, because I know like I like liquor,
right?
And I know that it's going to be a lot of drinking and just everything. So it's nothing wrong with if this person is saying like I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Right. So I just think that you should tell your significant other to shut the hell up. This is what I want to do.
At least he's trying to be like still a good support system for her at the same time, though, too. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. Because I'm like, why not start now?
Yeah.
If you want to binge or whatever on the weekends, then fine, do that. But during the week, maybe, or even take little steps into bettering yourself. Like, if she can't do it completely, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, up until between the end of Christmas Day or whatever, before we get to New Year's, I'm gonna take out all carbs or whatever.
But then you got to think about. But then you, but then you got to think about it. Even if you have that little period where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be good. Blah 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 blah. You got to go over to people's houses. You got to pick up the gifts that you didn't get.
This is for you.
But this is somebody that is starting off like, I have to get this path in order. Listen.
I definitely get it.
Yeah. But every time is your time. That's when you start.
That's when you start.
Honey, like, don't let that, like, I just don't, I guess it bothers me a little bit because that sort of plays in to somebody else telling you about when you should have your shit in order. If this is when I want to do it, and this is when I know that I'm going to be okay, then this is when I'm going to be okay. I just really need you to support me. Right. You know, so I just say if you feel that January 1st is good, then January 1st is good. Yeah.
It's all dependent on the person, like you said, and your personality and all that other stuff. Like, I just know I have a strong will, so it's hard to kind of come to me and ask me something like that. I know it is. It just is. I'm not trying to be like, you know, extra critical or whatever. But
yay or nay?
I just told you where I'm at with it.
Yay or nay?
It's never she shouldn't wait. I think that as soon as the thought came into mind, she should start preparing, even if she's not actually doing it, but she's still doing her research, and then up until the first, bam, she's ready to take off.
She's so positive.
Sorry.
Sometimes. But
sorry.
Listen.
That's not the answer you wanted, but
it wasn't. I wanted you to agree with me. But you didn't. But it's fine. So listen, if you feel like you have to start, then that's fine. If you feel like you should start now, that's fine. At the end of the day, everything is going to fall on you, right? And you have to do it for yourself.
You got to do it for yourself.
You have to do it for yourself.
A lot of times we always be trying to look back at our significant others on how we should do things when
they don't matter.
It doesn't matter what they feel or think. I mean, we appreciate it, but at the end of the day, it's like it all boils down to yourself, what you want, how you feel.
And with anything.
Exactly. And when I say I want something,
you want to go out there and get it.
There's no timing on it. I'm
go out there and get it. Exactly. Do we have time for one more? Like, we're okay. So we actually have another one, and this one is kind of funny because this one actually came in during the time of the Lizzo scandal. So you remember Lizzo scandal when she was at the basketball game and she showed the butt and all that and the thongs, whatever. So,
well, I thought you were different. Start
twerking, girl. Because you know my minute away from it. So this one basically asked us what we thought about what she did. However, you didn't see it, did you? Like, you know what I'm talking about. So I can't even.
When she was at the basketball game?
Bingo, and she showed her butt, and it caused this big ball of confusion.
Ooh, that's a lot of controversy.
Everybody is breaking it down to either weight, self-respect, just all of that. And they asked our opinions.
It's just a time and place.
Our personally, this is my whole opinion. I don't care what she did because she doesn't pay any of my bills. She doesn't put food in my mouth. She doesn't give me money, so I don't care. The problem I had with it is there are men that are making a lot of comments about it based upon her weight.
Okay.
And that's the issue that I had because these same men are in the inbox of women that look like Lizzo. You know what I'm saying?
This is the thing.
So my thing is it really a matter of self-respect? Is it a matter of self-love? Or is it just a matter of like she just
I get the statements that she's trying to make and being like a full-figured woman. You understand? Sometimes we do, versus a very slender woman, but sometimes we do have to be a little bit more mindful with certain things. Not saying like, because I gotta put on something because I can't put it on because I'm big. Right. But at the same time, like if I got a lot of booty, you understand?
Can't have it out.
I'm not gonna sit up here in an event with children and husbands and wives or whatever and have my whole hot parts just out and just going for what I know. It's just a time and place. Now, if I was in a position in that place where that took place, oh yeah, I'm showing you all this ass. You understand?
Every bitch.
That's just me. I'm just more reserved in that way. So,
do you think that act was an act of self-love, or do you think that it was just an act of like she just doesn't care? She like she doesn't care, or
since we know you are full figure, majority of women are full figure. You understand? So it's almost like the agenda of pushing, oh, I'm big, so you need to accept me and love me. But why do I care about who's going to accept me or love me because of my weight? This is who I am. I love me. I don't have to throw it in your face for you to love me too. You understand? Like, that's what I'm looking at is like, why do we need to do this? Why you got to show this to us? Or and even like, and I'm not getting into, because trust me,
y'all real deep. I think so.
Because a lot of times society is trying to push their agendas on us and we ain't asking for it.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're full figure. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. You understand? Like, if this is who you are, be you. But why you gotta push on? I don't feel any bad about it. You understand? I'm not upset because
I can't even argue with it. I can't even argue with it.
I've been 230. I've been 150.
This thing was going to tangent. So we're going to take a break. We're going to go on a tangent of self-love and respect. We're going to go on a tangent. We got to take a break. We're going to be back with Cherie and Good. I'm excited. This is going to be a good show. This is XTY. Okay, y'all. So we're back. We're back like a Mac attack. Y'all missed that, did y'all? We haven't said it. I gotta say it for the last time in 2019. So as you see, we have our special guest here today. Hey, Cherie. Hey. We have our recharge strategist in the building, a best-selling author. You were featured on what? Wendy Williams, Dr. Oz, TV1, ABC. Like you just like she's doing the damn thing. Exactly. You got your books here. Like this about to be a lit show. Although as lit as it might be, I feel like she about to get me in some kind of order.
She gonna get your life in order.
Right. And I don't know if I'm ready for that order.
The best case.
Right, but I don't know about what kind of questions are gonna happen. So Hey girl, how you doing? How's it going? Happy belated birthday.
Oh yeah,
it's your birthday.
Happy with the building.
We like Taurus around here.
But they all
it's like
genuine people.
Yes. So
that timing thing we were talking about, how you was efficient as hell.
Listen.
I was early.
Right.
We should have known she was a Capricorn. Yes. That's a Capricorn trait.
She told me to hit 6:30. Yeah, listen. She said she was going to be here at 6:30, so I looked and I was like, see, she's probably downstairs, like early shit. And you called like, hello? I'm downstairs. I was like, I told you. So, welcome to XTY. Thank you. I don't even know where to start because you have so much stuff that's like happening. You have so many things about you that I really want to talk about. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm like, I don't know where to start. So,
let's start with the
tell us about you. Like, tell us about you.
Wow. Well, Cherie, I'm good. As you already know, recharge strategist. I've been a licensed practical nurse for the past 29 years.
Mhm.
So, I was like 2 when I started. Anybody that wants to do that? Yeah, 29 years. I'm certified in hospice and palliative care.
Okay.
So health and wellness is very, very important to me. Always knew I wanted to be a nurse. Didn't think I was going to be an author. It wasn't on the radar. It wasn't in the plan, but journaling through some personal traumatic events in my own life, I started journaling.
Okay.
It ended up being a book, which was a #1 bestseller.
Wonderful.
So that's how I got started on the journey with being the recharge strategist. I used to be known as the stress manager.
Okay.
But people don't like to, face their own demons, So stress had a negative connotation. People are like, stress has a negative connotation. So I had to change it up, but still had the same message.
Yeah.
So now we're recharging. We're performing self-care now.
And I'm glad that you said that, because I was going to ask you, what exactly is a recharge strategist? Like, because I want to call you a specialist. I feel like that's what your thing is, right? But what exactly is a recharge strategist? Like,
right. So a recharge strategist, what I do is I teach you to not only put your appointments on your calendar, but put yourself on your calendar first.
Oh yeah.
So making it self-care, everything's self-care. If you don't take care of yourself first, how can you do anything else for anybody else? You can't love anybody else. You can't adequately care for anyone else. You can't teach somebody how to love you if you don't love yourself first.
So, I feel like I need to ask, like, because I feel like I'm jumping, but how do you put yourself on your calendar? Like, what do you do? Like,
so be strategic. Every day, love on yourself first. So you should be the first thing on your plate every day. So when you're planning out your day, when you're planning out your week, your name should be the first thing. This is the time that I'm allotting for me. Me time. Whatever your me time looks like, because everybody has different needs.
What if you have a child, though?
If you have a child, that's okay. You're teaching them how to love on themselves by loving on you. So
that's a good concept.
Yeah, and you have to teach them how to respect your time.
When you go to the bathroom. You know how your kids be running behind you.
Right. The other day, I have a 2-year-old. Yeah, like I had to
go to the bathroom. He was in the bathroom.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Make him stand outside the door and cry.
And bang and cry. And I'm sitting there trying to pee, and I'm sitting there like this. And you feel like, Mommy, let me in.
If you're scheduling your me time, then you have to teach them to respect that. So when you put yourself on the calendar, if you say every Tuesday I'm going for a massage or whatever you're going to do for
that's your me time.
Me time. No, this is mommy's me time, and that's it. No, this is mommy's time. This is not your time.
Right.
So you have to teach people how to treat you. So putting yourself on your calendar, even if it's just 10 minutes every day, but every single day you have to make self-care. It's an obligation that you have to yourself.
Okay.
It's an obligation.
It's just like when I used to go to Drew Park in the summertime. I would actually plan like, okay, from 8 to 9, this is my time.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's your time to sit and think.
So I actually am incorporating me time into my daily schedule where I feel like I'm not, but I actually do. Like I don't do anything unless I work out first.
Okay. So that's your body part. So there's 3 different pieces to this puzzle. Because we're a whole
let's pull it together.
So all
together.
So think about a puzzle, right? You put a puzzle together. If one piece is missing or it's bent, or you're like, oh, I don't see the clear picture.
Right.
I don't see the whole picture. So it's the same thing with us. Mind, body, and spirit. You have to be whole. If not, you need to work on those pieces that need to be straightened out in order to have that total harmony, to have that health, to have that wellness, and feel whole and feel good about yourself. So you guys were talking about that Lizzo thing.
Yeah, and I'm going to get into that.
There's a piece of that puzzle.
So I guess my question is, because I know we talked about you being a nurse and just everything else. How did it get to the point where you became so good at this? Like, I'm just saying that the information that you are like giving us is really good. And I don't know anything about it. I don't have any kind of self-care. I have none. I'm all over the place. But I'm saying that because everything that you're saying makes perfect sense. How did you get to the point where you knew like these were the steps that you have to follow, and this is where you get to this?
I don't want to interrupt, but I remember when we were first talking, you had said something that kind of triggered something in me, and I'm trying to remember it word for word, so I might have it a little wrong. But you were basically saying, you said something happened.
Yeah, some kind of trauma or something.
And I noticed that is a pattern with a lot of people people
And
who
we
are in this
work
field,
on ourselves after
something
had to happen,
happened in order for you to be able to tap in.
Especially as women, because remember, we're nurturers.
Right.
We serve and we take care of everybody else,
Right.
and we always make ourselves last. So, you know, we make sure our boo, our man, our husband, everybody, he's straight. The kids, the kids are straight.
Right.
But then we lose ourselves
Right.
as we enter these relationships. And so it's kind of what happened in my situation. I'm no different than anybody else. You know, I went through a traumatic divorce.
Okay.
Y'all, I mean, just come on, walk with me for a minute.
I'm
Pull up.
been there. That's why I'm feeling
I know it's hurt, but raise the glasses.
Or even just a relationship period. But I was like, well, if I raise my glasses, my people on live need to see this, right? So just walk with me. You know, you're coming home one day, you're working as a nurse, minding your business. You pull up to the driveway and you're like, something just doesn't feel right. My spirit is not setting right with me. You go, you open the door, and as you're walking through your own home, you're like, something just doesn't feel right. Pieces
and you figure
seem to be missing.
Okay.
Something's not in place
not in alignment
here in my home.
Yeah.
And as you keep on going up the steps, and then you realize, oh my God, these things are gone.
Oh.
No warning, no sign.
Right.
We had 2 kids together.
Right.
So now, instantly, I'm a single mom. I didn't sign up for that.
Exactly.
I called myself being a good girl, doing it the right way, got married, then got pregnant. You know?
Right.
So, you know, that was traumatic for me.
Right. Okay.
You know, I was the chick that had it all together. And unfortunately, with most women, it takes something traumatic to begin to realize that you were neglecting yourself. That you were neglecting yourself, that you really weren't taking care of you. You were taking care of everybody else, and then you're at a loss when this relationship dies or is over.
Right.
So literally, I laid in bed, y'all. I was in bed, like I was a hot mess. Let me tell you, this face you got beat right here. It was no, it was not like that. You know, like literally, my kids kept me alive.
Right.
Because I would wake up, take them to the school bus, feed them,
but
then I was back home, and I was in the bed.
Yeah.
I was in the bed crying my eyes out, y'all. It was ugly. It was the ugly Oprah. You know, it's the ugly Oprah cry, honey. It was the ugly Oprah cry. And you know, after about 2 months, I had to do some self-talk. Like, girl, get it together. You point your finger at yourself. Enough is enough. Like, get it together. Yeah. You've had your moment. You've had your 5 minutes to soak in your misery. Now, pick up the pieces and get it together. Is this the story you want your kids to know about you? Is this what you want your children to see, the life that you're living? And so I started journaling.
Okay.
Journaling and taking care of my kids was what brought me back to life. To help me appreciate who I was again. To start recharging my own batteries. So not knowing that journaling would lead to a #1 bestseller. So you know what that told me?
That too.
That told me that I wasn't the only woman that had been through a situation like that. I wasn't the only one heartbroken.
And to be able to voice it and talk about it, that's amazing. Because a lot of women don't talk about that behind the scenes where you in the bed and you saw it.
And didn't seek mental help.
Right.
You know, we don't seek the help that we genuinely need.
At all. I was gonna say, like, I remember, like, my stuff wasn't as serious, but I remember dealing with my first very, very serious breakup. And I remember just being miserable, and I was up around crying and everything. And I fell asleep, and I remember I woke up a few days later, and when I woke up, I was like, listen, you gotta get yourself together. Like, this is a horrible feeling. Like, I just can't, like,
especially when you had kids and they watch
and you can't do
and I had boys.
Yeah, me too.
So I was like, oh my goodness, now the task is on me to raise boys who would never do this to somebody else.
Yeah.
So it was,
not to let them see you in that state of mind.
So down.
So everything goes through. You're not only torn like emotionally, but you're torn financially because now I went from 2-parent household with two incomes to one. We were in business together, running a very successful business, and so I had to go back to work. You know, so I was used to being a stay-at-home mom, and so everything changed.
And so
that was the crash that altered my life.
And that's what I'm saying. And that is what inspired your first book.
That is.
So we gotta take a break. We're gonna really gonna get into that first book, and I know we got some more stuff coming. This is NCY with Cherie M. Good. We'll be back shortly.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Cherie M. Good
and Delana Watkins.
And I know that everybody is gearing up for 2020, the new millennium.
And we, the Nurse Duo, are here to help you transform your health in 2020.
Now I know you have all those goals that you've been setting, but we're here to make sure that you keep good on those goals and reach them.
So
make
you know
sure.
what that means, right,
What does that mean,
Sheree?
girl? What that
They
mean?
have to follow the Nurse Duo
Follow us.
to get that information.
We have a lot coming in store for 2020. Don't miss out.
Y'all, so welcome back to XTY. We have Cheryl and Good in the building. Listen, this is the real dope sister. I feel like we need you back because I got some things I need to talk about.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
So listen, we got some books in front of us that we need to talk about. Before the break, you know, you were saying how you actually started writing
Yes.
because you merged it, and you just needed that out. Like you needed that outlet. Right. And that's how your first book happened. So tell us about the first book. And then you got some other books, which I mean, you bought everybody's book in here. We didn't ask you for all that, but you was giving us that. That's why we need you on this show, since we need you. So start from the left and work your way down.
So my number one best-selling international book, I have to say international, over in the Bahamas.
Oh, you didn't even get that.
Library over in the Bahamas. I'm proud of that.
International.
But it's called The Crash That Altered My Life. And this is the book that I talk about, like 10 ways to recharge, to reduce your stress after a traumatic experience such as my divorce. So I talk about my story. That was the crash that altered my life, emotionally, physically, everything. You know, what I was going through on the inside was exhibiting itself on the outside. Like, I was like zit face, y'all. Like it was a mess. I told you it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. So I had to regroup. So that book, I give you 10 ways to just rebuild. And I even put pages in it so you can journal. So that, you know, I wanted somebody else to go on that journey with me and say, look, journaling can be very, very beneficial and effective. And if we move on down, Women Inspiring Nations. Now this book is everywhere, y'all. We went to Africa. We went to Paris this year with our book, Women Inspiring Nations. I have a chapter in there. Just, again, everything with me is self-care. So talking about managing your stress. No is not a dirty word. You know, things like that. So, you know, sometimes you have to say no to everyone else in order to be able to say yes to yourself and perform that self-care.
Self-preservation.
Yes, self-preservation, definitely, absolutely. And then the third book that I have here on the set is an international health and wellness book. And again, I talked about stress, managing stress. Everything is self-care for me and self-help. So everything you read about me is going to be from that. And then finally, the Fearless Living Experience, my fearless dive into being an instant single mom, like I talked about. So I have a chapter in these 3 books, and then I have 2 books coming out for 2020. So I'm excited about 2020.
It's going to be a good year.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good year. Oh, and then after that power session with my sister today, I'm like, I'm fired up. I'm recharged. Yes, I'm going home to work. I'm going home to work. I'm recharged. My business was recharged today. So looking forward to that. One of the books that I have coming out for, well, actually next month, January, is going to be about weight loss, sugarless living, and intermittent fasting. So I just recently went on my own journey to reduce some of the unwanted pounds I wanted. So I'm down 36 pounds.
Yeah. So doing what I'm talking about, she did for a reason.
Doing less sugar, just intermittent fasting, really honing into who I am and what the things that I really like. You know, when you get over 40, it's a different story. What you like at 20 and 25 is not what you like when you turn 40, 45.
Listen, what was going like?
I'm like, it's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh my God, like, is this supposed to be happening? Like, I'm like, what feel this way? Like, everything kind of changes. Like, even how you tolerate stuff.
Yes, it does.
Oh, well, I like
You
like, this is what it is.
I can't stop eating buffalo wings. I need you to put that in your book.
No, and it's funny.
I have questions. I can't stop.
And it's amazing that you're covering that because I've actually tried keto and I've done it and it actually really, really works. But I got a little too thin, so that was a problem. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'll try intermittent fasting. But I've been like trying to read up on it and do my research to see if it's something I'm interested in.
Well, I had the quick guide, girl. You can stop researching.
I know.
We'll have that out next month. And it's going to be a quick guide, so it's not going to be difficult for you to jump right in on the bandwagon. So I started the intermittent fasting maybe a month or 2 ago, and that triggered me to become a pescatarian, so I don't eat meat anymore.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You only eat seafood
but you know,
and vegetables.
Yeah, seafood.
See, I did that
starches,
before, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, I like chicken.
But that's okay. Everything in moderation, right?
Chicken.
I like everything in moderation. So just cut back first, because that was the hardest for me. Like I love me a fried chicken. I used to love me a fried chicken with y'all. With the hot sauce and the sauce. But now I don't even crave it.
Yeah.
I don't even crave it anymore.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Besides you being an author and just all that, what else do you do? Because I know that people just can't find you based upon your writings.
Right.
Like you do a lot of public speaking,
Yes.
a lot of workshops. Like tell us
Yes.
about that too.
So public speaking, I'm at a lot of health and wellness events. I used to host the Recharge Health Wellness Fitness Expo here in Baltimore for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be making a comeback.
Right.
So it was free to the community, but it takes money to run some stuff. So maybe it won't be free anymore, but it may be making a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great because we used to bring out like 1,500 attendees and work out together, learn how to eat healthy, and just take an interest in our whole person. And so that was really, really an enjoyable experience. It's a lot of work, but it was enjoyable. And then, if anybody wants to hire me for their event, I'm always available.
Yes.
To speak, speak and do workshops. I do workshops, recharge workshops. We do recharge brunches.
That's nice.
We do it all. And I even host recharge escapes. We escape to another country.
I was about to say, elaborate.
Yes, annually. So this year in July, we're going to be going to Cancun.
Ooh.
And so we do a Thursday to a Sunday. If anybody wants to extend their stay, they can. But we host it. We do some things just to teach people how to just relax.
Okay.
Stop the work. Stop everything. Just pause so you can stay in that green zone. I always say it's like the light outside when you're driving. You have three different directions you're going to get. You're either going to go full speed ahead with that green light, or your body's going to start telling you to slow down because you're burning out. And then if you don't listen to your body and take its warning signs, guess what? You're going to come to a complete stop. That's when the illnesses kick in. So we're trying to get you to take care of yourself before it gets to the point where your health is adversely affected.
And it's kind of something like, it feel like you have to, I don't want to say force, because I know I am a person that I am actually like always going. And if I'm not going, I feel like something is wrong.
Yeah.
But I do take the time out but probably not enough time.
I mean, it could be as simple as 10 minutes a day.
And
so if you're
right,
like
it's not a time limit on it, just put something into yourself. But I do love like all of those different ideas, because like you said, traveling just to go to Cancun for what, 3 days?
Yep.
I'm sitting there looking
like Thursday to Sunday, you're back to business, you're back to doing what you love.
I didn't mean to cut you off, because that's factoring in, like, I think we just had a conversation about a vacation. My son is 2. I haven't been anywhere since before I was pregnant. So I was pregnant, I went to Texas for work, flew on a plane, came back. A couple months later, I had my son. I haven't been anywhere. I literally have not been anywhere except for,
and we were trying to get her to go
street.
somewhere, and she's still like,
I don't want to leave.
I don't want to leave
my baby.
Take the babysitter with you.
Right. That's
the baby. We take excuses out of it. Take the babysitter with you.
It's very, very important. Like, you're right.
And just moments. Sometimes you don't have to be doing anything.
Peace.
Sometimes just 10 minutes of just stillness, sitting there with no music, no television, no cell phones,
just nothing.
Moments of stillness, just staying in that moment,
just relaxing.
and just you get so creative and focused in silence.
Right.
And we never have silence around
You're
us.
right.
So just sometimes just silence, just to regroup, refocus,
just
gain clarity, and go from there.
Right. Do you have anything coming up before July?
I do. I have a workshop coming up January 4th.
January 4th. Okay.
And that's
like
next week.
That's probably this week. I think
we still have a couple spaces left. We still have a couple spaces left. So yeah, that's on my website and also on all my social media, Cherie M. Good.
Okay.
So
now that you said
how can I find you?
So you can find me on the web, TotalHarmonyEnterprises.com. That's my website. And on all your social media sites, I'm Cherie M. Good. That's Cherie with a C. CHERE, the letter M, and Good with the E on the end.
Okay.
So you can find me on all your social media sites under that.
Okay.
So, YouTube, all that good stuff.
Okay. So listen, so we are at the end of the show. Before we end our show, we give these affirmations just so that we end it on a positive note. We are going into the new year. I'm not big on the resolutions, like I'm not one of those people, but can you give us one that people can take into this upcoming new year, a brand new entire decade that they can take with them in their travels?
Yes. I'm looking right there. You are worthy. You are more than enough. You owe it to yourself to perform self-care. No one else is responsible for taking care of you except you. So make yourself a priority, not an option.
Yes.
In 2020, we are taking things to all new levels. Self-care is going to be number one for each and every one of you. You are worthy.
You are
You
worthy.
are enough.
Yes.
You are powerful enough to make self-care a priority.
I love it. Okay, so it's really brief right now. So as we go into 2020, and even while we're in 2020, no matter what is going on in your life, because I know a lot of people tend to focus on the downs of life, but just remember that things are always working out for your highest good, no matter what.
Oh, it's my turn now? So y'all know I got it in 2019 with a song. You know I had to. It wouldn't be without the song. Listen, a wise woman once said, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you gotta wake up and pay attention. That's why. We out.
No, it's from Sister X. Cheers. Hey everybody, it's your girl Cherie Good, and I was just on the Ask TY show. Make sure you go and subscribe to their page, and make sure you follow me at TotalHarmonyEnterprises.com and Cherie M. Good on all your social media.